Hi, John.
Hey, Nathan, how are you?
How you doing, mate? How's things?
I'm good, thanks. It's good to chat, good to catch up.
Yeah, good to talk to you.
And congratulations, first of all, on the album. I've had it on for the past couple of days. Great.
Thank you very much. Thanks for playing the single. Yeah, it's exciting to get it out finally. So,
Mm.
um, been a little while coming, but yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I think it's a strong album. What I liked about it when I put the first track on, Ghost, I love that little intermission in the middle of the song. When I thought, this is great, where it sort of goes away and then comes back, which you really like. And I thought, good, this album's not going to follow any particular set of rules too much. It's going to do its own thing. And it sounds that way, that there's a sort of a free style to it. There's a good spirit to it.
Yeah, that was kind of. I don't know if that was intentional. I just kind of tried to let it be what it was going to be as much as possible, um, and not try to be, you know, sort of force it into any area. That section was originally a guitar solo at one point, and then we veered off.
Right.
Actually, Ghost was probably the song I had most trouble with. It was probably the first song I wrote for the record, but the last to kind of finish. I just couldn't find my way to it, and then I got Alva, who I'm a fan of,
Yeah.
and then when I got her voice on it, just seemed to glue together. And then she got this beautiful um, sort of ethereal voices over the section. So I sacked off the guitar solo and just made something else out of it. So Alva to thank for that, really.
No, Alva's great. There's a song of Alva's called, I think it's Last to Leave. She's got a really
Yeah,
haunting voice.
yeah. She's great. It was actually the first song I heard of hers was Between Your Teeth, and and I kind of envisaged having a female voice on there. And as soon as I heard Alva's, I was like, that's the one. So thankfully she said yes. And
Cool.
we only met in December for a Christmas drink. I hadn't met her until that point. So yeah, we had a nice night. But she's great.
What I really liked about it too, I said it was sort of a freestyle, sort of free form to it, but it's one thing. It's a rock record, which I love. It's got a great indie sound to it. It's got all the things I like in an album, but at the same time, it's so strong on melody, and I think that's the trick, isn't it? To come up with something that's slightly left of center, has its own personality and definitely its own individuality, but remembering that you need the lift and you need the chorus, which you've done really well.
But thank you. Yeah, I mean melody. I mean obviously with Patrol over the years is a big factor, and rock and indie is probably where my heart lies and where I grew up, and that's where I spent most of my teenage and 20s listening to. But there's if you go as far like the Beatles, the melody's huge. So I think there's a little bit of everything in there that over the years that I like. I know Fires has been mentioned. It's a bit shoegazy, but and I am